All four corners are braced up now, like I showed you. And I've started on the front, framing it in. And I left a 5-foot gap right here, enough to put a lawnmower in if I wanted to. And that should be pretty wide enough to get anything else in. I wanted a little bit more substance to the anchor. So I had some leftover 4x4s from the fence project right there that I cut off the top, if you remember, if you've seen that video. And I sunk them in the ground. And as you can see here, I measured from this side to that side and made these 2 cuts on the bottom. And that's the first part of the end wall. Okay, I've taken 1 full stud, 8-foot length, 2x4-8 treated, and added a piece to it to make it tall enough to reach the top from down there. And so I'm going to climb the ladder, put a level on it, and mark the top of this stud. You can see up here that I took those 2-hole straps and bent them over and secured the top part, and that's to hold it in place, and it does a pretty good job up there, and it's joined. And if you look here, you can see that it is pretty even, which I want. Okay, I've got both the door openings up all the way to the top, and I've got the height of the door, which I set at 7 foot roughly, and the width is about 5 foot, so I can get anything in there that I want. And on this side, you can see where, I don't know if you can see with that sun, where I used a scrap piece of 1x4 to screw that in. I did extra screws in this because this is a structure that's going to be open and closed quite a bit. So I wanted it to be as sturdy as possible here. So that's where we're at so far. Stretched a line from the end here down to the very last one and put up the curtain board. I've connected the back of the greenhouse now. And it's the same type of join. And over here, it's connected with 2 screws, and I took the 2-hole strap and I used that for reinforcement. Now I'm putting in the top rail, and you can see I took a 10-foot section here, 10-foot PC 3/4 MT, and the coupler, and I put the first one up here. You can see I went from the top of the door, cut out a little area up there, attached, or I just set the hole there, and then I drilled the hole there and there. What I did first was slide that section of top rail EMT in there, and then I secured it there, and then I secured it there. And I'm going to do the rest of them now, and that'll finish out the top rail. Okay, a couple changes. I put up in the front here these sideboards, and just like I did the other side, I put up this wood railing I started on the back, framing in the back. This is the greenhouse now. I finished up the bracing and it is about ready for plastic. You'll see up top here across every joint except the end in the front is, well, it's a brace of sorts, of course, but it's also going to be where I tie the various vining crops, the indeterminate tomatoes, beans, and whatnot. And the rows are going to run this way to this way, directly underneath each one of those crossbars. So it'll serve as a place to support the plants. It also adds some stability. I put 3 of these braces that go from the bottom up to that bar, and what that does in 3 places, the 3rd, 5th, and 7th, all the way to the crossbars. And what that does is that provides stability from left to right, right to left. The wood here and the bracing here at the diagonal provide the stability front to back. The door is framed out. It's 5 foot, so I can pull a mower in there if I ever have to at some point, or easily get anything of any size in there. And you can see here, I put a picket from my fence here this direction, which prevents it from bowing, and hopefully it'll keep the door solid. On the back end, there is a triangle at the top. That'll be the door that goes out. I'll make that after I put the plastic on. So to let the heat escape. And then of course the wood bracing to tie the plastic to across the back. So that's the bracing.